From the 1900s to today, Alpha Gamma Delta has held a deep commitment to helping people and organizations in need and has long been a leader in service and philanthropy. The fifth line of our purpose reads, "To welcome the opportunity of contributing to the world's work in the community where I am placed, because of the joy of service thereby bestowed and the talent of leadership multiplied." These words have inspired our members, chapters, and clubs to assume this serious responsibility. Perhaps the most noteworthy proof of this commitment came in 1919, when Alpha Gamma Delta became the first women's fraternity to establish an international philanthropic project. Following World War I, a strong sense of helping others motivated people across the United States to support social causes. Alpha Gamma Delta was no exception to this national trend toward altruism. Our 1919 convention was the first held after World War I. During this convention, our sisters voted to start a summer camp program for underprivileged children. In the 1920s and 1930s, this type of philanthropic work was groundbreaking, not to mention that it was operated primarily by Alpha Gamma Delta collegians. Under the direction of Mary Louise Brown of Ada Chapter, the first Alpha Gamma Delta summer camp session opened in Jackson, Michigan on July 19, 1920. The camp was designed for undernourished and underprivileged children ranging from ages 7 to 10 in the Jackson community and was located on the Boy Scout grounds of Wolf Lake. While the city of Jackson provided the campsite and camp equipment, the Board of Health provided medical supplies and examined the children during their stay. All Alpha Gamma Delta alumni and collegiate chapters supported the camp by raising $25, plus providing either an outfit for a child or an additional $10. Today, $25 is equivalent to almost $300. On a typical day at camp, breakfast was served at 7:30 a.m. Throughout the day, the campers performed chores, participated in crafts, swam, and learned about nature. Bedtime was at 8 p.m. With no electricity at the camps, a lack of proper kitchen facilities, and only tents to sleep in, one can imagine the struggles that the Alpha Gam workers endured during that first summer of camp. During the first year of the summer camp program, 52 campers were served and 11 Alpha Gams from 7 chapters were counselors. Within a few years, the campers went from sleeping in tents to occupying a clubhouse to moving to a permanent location on 2 acres of ground on the northern shore of Crispa Lake. The permanent clubhouse, designed by founder Emily Butterfield, could not have been built without the support of the Jackson community. Donations from individuals in Jackson and a city-wide fundraiser raised over $6,000 for the camp facility. Local carpenters and bricklayers generously donated their time to help construct the building. On July 11, 1922, the house that Jackson built, as it was affectionately referred to, was officially opened. In the end, the building cost $7,000, which today would be equivalent to about $71,000 US. By 1924, the building was equipped with electricity and running water. 12 years after the Jackson camp was founded, a second camp called Welland Camp was established in Canada, in Wellington, Ontario, by Margaret Hilchey from Tau Chapter, who served many years as International Camp Director. Just like at the Jackson camp, Alpha Gams donated their time and efforts to this endeavor. From scrapbooks and pajamas to kitchen supplies and sporting equipment, Alpha Gams provided continual support to Welland Camp. Perhaps similar to our own summer camp memories, one can imagine the numerous stories that were shared over the 27 years of the Alpha Gamma Delta summer camps. One Alpha Gam had her wedding ceremony performed on campgrounds, and in 1926, the campers attended a 3-ring circus. Attendees of the 1927 convention visited the camp where the children performed a play for the visiting sisters about what life was like at summer camp. The children also loved their daily summer activities, which included swimming, hiking, story time, and treasure hunts. Other Panhellenic groups praised Alpha Gamma Delta for its efforts. An Alpha Z Delta member said, Alpha Gamma Delta's summer camp is by all odds the most remarkable piece of personal service on record. This camp for unfortunate kiddies has been established and is run entirely by Alpha Gamma Delta girls themselves, girls who come from their vacations from coast to coast and in most cases even pay their own car fare. It just leaves one speechless in this day of supposed thoughtless, carefree youth. May this venture continue to be the success it has been throughout the coming years. As it did across the globe, World War II greatly affected the fraternity and its camp program. In 1946, changes in the national economy and women's increasing interest in a variety of projects led both of the Alpha Gamma Delta summer camps to be closed. We can take pride in the fact that during those years, approximately 7,000 underprivileged children were given proper nourishment, exercise, and the ability to believe in themselves while at the Alpha Gamma Delta summer camps for children. The summer camps may have long since been closed, but the memories of those beautiful summer days in Jackson and Welland will forever be in the hearts of countless Alpha Gams and those children we served. In 1947, the fraternity shifted its philanthropic focus while still maintaining interest in the health and education of children. In conjunction with the National Society for Crippled Children and Adults, Cerebral Palsy Division, the fraternity sponsored a training program for counselors working with the physically impaired. The following year saw the fraternity supporting several different causes, from cleft palate habilitation, a cause adopted following the fraternity's merger with Theta Sigma Upsilon, to efforts benefiting children with brain dysfunction and speech and learning disabilities. As the fraternity continued to grow in membership and scope, its philanthropic focus became more complex. Created by a resolution of the 23rd International Convention in 1962, the Founders Memorial Foundation, now known as the Alpha Gamma Delta Foundation, was established. The foundation's aim was to fund the charitable projects of the fraternity. The National Easter Seal Society for Crippled Children and Adults was one of the first organizations to work with the foundation. Later in 1979, the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation International, now known as the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, was adopted as the official philanthropic cause at the Diamond Anniversary International Convention in 1979. Assisting the organization's mission to find a cure for diabetes and its complications through research, the Alpha Gamma Delta Foundation provided $175,000 in grants to the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation from 1979 to 1986. Today, the Alpha Gamma Delta Foundation exists as the only charity in the world whose primary purpose is to support the fraternity and its sisters. Just as in the past, the foundation awards scholarships, offers financial support to members in emergency need, and funds leadership programs. In 1991, trustees of the foundation broadened the scope of charitable grants to organizations and individuals that support diabetes research and education, as well as other worthy causes. Among the grant recipients are camps for diabetic children, a symbolic return to our original philanthropy. At the 1999 convention, the fraternity announced its partnership with the National Diabetes Education Program and the Centers for Disease Control to develop a mall walking program called Pace Setters, which was officially implemented in 2001. A 2006 International Council meeting shifted the fraternity's philanthropic focus to diabetes research and prevention. Motivated by the astounding rate at which the disease was spreading throughout society, the fraternity was invigorated by this new call to improve the health of its sisters and their friends, families, and communities. This new philanthropic focus aims to educate and involve members with programs and activities that promote a healthy lifestyle to prevent or delay the onset of diabetes. As we follow Alpha Gamma philanthropy over the years, there is no doubt that Alpha Gamma Delta has significantly contributed to the world's work, not only on an international level, but on the local level as well. Throughout our history, individual chapters have diligently carried out their own community-based philanthropic events and activities. Some chapters focus on diabetes research and prevention, while others focus on a different need in their local community, while also participating in philanthropic events sponsored by fellow Greek organizations. The spirit of philanthropic giving runs deep in our members throughout their lives. Together we continually contribute to the world's work, bringing to life the hopes and goals that our founders had imagined more than 100 years ago. Together, just as in years past, we continue to inspire the woman and impact the world in the communities in which we live.